My name is Irena Bauman. I'm the convener for this event and will be chairing this morning's session. Very pleased to see everybody here at this RIBA Research Symposium. We are asking some very tough questions today, and I'll tell you a little bit about it in a minute. We are actually examining a very complex question about urban thresholds, but not just physical ones. Also, the key research question is how those thresholds either help or hinder resilience. And I want to explain why we put those two things together. First of all, we as a society are very much in a threshold condition. Now, we are in interregnum between an order of doing things which is no longer working and an order which we want to get to, which we had not yet developed. So we are in the middle, in this moment of uncertainty. And in that moment, we are seeking out solutions. We want to understand how to move to this new order. And the reason we're in this situation is that our problems are now totally global. The key problems facing humanity are global, but we don't have global institutions. We don't have global governance to actually address them. So how we address them is up for grabs. And in that period of interregnum, we have already set in motion certain changes which are unstoppable. So we know that we will be facing over the next 50 years or so a lot of challenges, including shocks to society. And while we're making our way towards this new, better order, more just, more sustainable society, we also have to adapt and develop resilience to cope with the shocks which are already happening, as we well know. On a very positive side, there is a beautiful concept in ecology called ecotone. It's a zone, a threshold condition between two ecological states, say between forest and a meadow. And in that zone where two different states meet, there is a huge amount of innovation and new possibilities. And this is the threshold that we are examining today. What are the possibilities of our current condition? And we have extraordinary speakers. I'm quite amazed how wonderful these speakers are, and I will start introducing them in a minute. But I've got two requests. One to our speakers, not to allow the threshold between speakers and the audience to be as minimal as possible. That means that you have to keep the time, and it means that we have to protect the conversations, the debates, because you know as much about the subject that we want to discuss as everybody else in this room. To the audience, I would like to ask you to participate as much as you can, to allow this threshold to be broken. Okay, so I would like to introduce our keynote speaker now, who is Jan Gehl. I think you all know of him. He is from Copenhagen. He's an architect who is really breaking the threshold between research and practice constantly. And he has no competitors, and he has nobody else who is actually doing that kind of work. So it's a great privilege to invite Jan Gehl now to address us on the thresholds between research and practice. Thank you very much.